In the complex world of leadership, the qualities that make a ruler effective can often be debated, but one concept remains timeless: power. Niccolò Machiavelli, the Renaissance political philosopher, famously stated, "It is better to be a merciless ruler than a weak one." This assertion may seem harsh, but it's rooted in his belief that the survival and stability of a state depend on a leader who is willing to take extreme measures. Whether this means being feared rather than loved, or acting decisively even at the expense of compassion, Machiavelli argued that a ruler who seeks to maintain authority must sometimes sacrifice moral niceties for the sake of practicality. In this essay, we will explore Machiavelli's perspective on power, fear, and leadership, investigating why he believed a strong, merciless leader is often more effective than a weak and indecisive one. Welcome to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel, where we embark on an intellectual exploration of some of history's most thought-provoking ideas. Today, we dive deep into the philosophy of one of the most controversial figures in political thought, Niccolò Machiavelli. We'll examine his ideas on leadership, the nature of power, and the moral compromises a ruler might face in the pursuit of stability and order. If you're someone who enjoys contemplating historical perspectives and their relevance in modern times, you're in the right place. Before we get into the heart of Machiavelli's teachings, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated on all of our future content. Now, let's explore Machiavelli's ideas on leadership. Machiavelli's assertion that it is better to be a merciless ruler than a weak one is bound to challenge our understanding of leadership. In an age where democracy, kindness, and compassion are often viewed as essential traits for leadership, Machiavelli's words stand in stark contrast. But why would he suggest that a leader should be merciless? First, we must understand the context in which Machiavelli was writing. His most famous work, The Prince, was published in 1532, during a time of political instability in Italy. The Italian peninsula was fragmented, with numerous city-states constantly at war with one another. In such a volatile environment, Machiavelli observed that the leaders who succeeded were not those who hesitated or showed weakness, but those who could wield power decisively and ruthlessly when necessary. According to Machiavelli, a ruler who is too kind or lenient risks losing control over their state, while a leader who is feared commands respect and authority. Machiavelli's preference for fear over love is grounded in a pragmatic understanding of human nature. In his view, people are fickle and self-interested. They may love a ruler when things are going well, but love is fragile. The same people who once admired their leader may quickly turn against them when faced with personal hardship, or when they perceive the ruler's power as weakened. Fear, on the other hand, is a far more reliable means of control. It is something that can be instilled through acts of strength, decisiveness, and, yes, even cruelty when necessary. But this does not mean that Machiavelli advocates for senseless brutality. In The Prince, he writes, "The ruler must be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves." In other words, a ruler must be both cunning and strong, balancing mercy with firmness, kindness with decisiveness. While he encourages rulers to avoid being hated, Machiavelli does not shy away from the reality that ruthless decisions may sometimes be necessary for the greater good. In this sense, a merciless ruler is one who is willing to take tough, sometimes unpopular, actions to ensure the stability of their state. One of the core ideas in Machiavelli's thought is the importance of stability. A ruler's primary responsibility, according to Machiavelli, is to maintain the stability and security of their state. Weakness, indecision, and hesitancy are seen as threats to that stability. Machiavelli believed that a state in chaos could easily be overthrown, either by internal rebellion or external invasion. To prevent this, a ruler must act quickly and decisively, even if it means being perceived as harsh. Consider the idea of ends justify the means, a phrase often attributed to Machiavelli. This is not to say that any and all actions are permissible, but rather that the ruler's ultimate goal is the survival and flourishing of the state. If a ruler is weak, they risk being overthrown, and their subjects risk falling into disorder. But a strong, even merciless leader, while perhaps unpopular, creates a sense of order and security that enables society to thrive. Machiavelli understood that people's needs for stability and safety often outweigh their desire for kindness or fairness. Furthermore, Machiavelli's view of strength also extends beyond military might. The merciless leader, as he describes it, is not one who simply resorts to violence. Rather, It's someone who commands respect through strategic decisions and a firm hand. Political acumen, intelligence, and the ability to manipulate public perception are just as important as force in maintaining control. Leaders must be able to use the tools at their disposal, whether through diplomacy, manipulation, or military force, to shape the destiny of their state. A ruler who displays weakness in these areas invites the potential for collapse. In contrast, a weak leader, according to Machiavelli, is one who fails to assert authority or decisiveness. Weakness can manifest in many ways: vacillating decisions, a lack of clear policies, or the failure to act when action is needed. Such indecisiveness can create an environment of uncertainty, which in turn destabilizes the state. History provides us with many examples of weak rulers who were overthrown because of their inability to assert authority. A famous example is King Louis XVI of France, whose indecisiveness and failure to address the grievances of the French populace contributed to the French Revolution. While his reign may have started with efforts to be merciful and just, his inability to act decisively in times of crisis led to the collapse of his regime. In contrast, leaders like Napoleon Bonaparte, though sometimes ruthless in their methods, maintained stability and order through firm leadership and a sense of control. Machiavelli was not blind to the complexities of leadership. He acknowledged that some rulers could be both feared and loved. However, he argued that being loved alone is an unreliable foundation for authority. People's love is transient. Their fear, however, is something that can be sustained. A ruler who is feared, but not hated, strikes the necessary balance. Machiavelli believed that a ruler who is both feared and respected can maintain control and ensure the survival of the state. Therefore, a merciless ruler, one willing to take harsh measures when necessary, is often far more effective than a weak one, whose authority is easily challenged. Although Machiavelli wrote during a time of political instability, his ideas still resonate in the modern world. Today, we see many leaders who face difficult decisions and challenges that require both strength and strategic thinking. In international politics, for example, leaders often must balance diplomacy with military force, presenting a strong front to both their allies and enemies. The ability to make tough, sometimes controversial decisions is seen as a hallmark of effective leadership. Take, for example, the leadership of Winston Churchill during World War II. His decisions were often ruthless in their execution, and his leadership style was marked by a no-nonsense attitude toward the challenges Britain faced. Churchill was not afraid to make tough decisions, even if they were unpopular at the time. His ability to maintain control during a time of extreme danger and uncertainty is a testament to the value of strength in leadership, even when it comes at the cost of immediate popularity. On the other hand, contemporary examples of weak leadership can also be found in various parts of the world. Leaders who fail to act decisively in times of crisis, whether due to fear of backlash, lack of conviction, or incompetence, risk losing control of their nations. In such cases, instability ensues, often leading to social unrest and the eventual downfall of weak governments. In conclusion, Niccolò Machiavelli's assertion that it is better to be a merciless ruler than a weak one challenges our conventional notions of leadership and power. While kindness and compassion are virtues, Machiavelli believed that the maintenance of power and stability often requires harsh measures. A ruler who is too lenient or indecisive risks undermining their authority, while a strong and ruthless leader, though perhaps unpopular, can ensure the survival and security of their state. In Machiavelli's eyes, power must be wielded decisively and sometimes mercilessly to preserve order and protect the common good. As we reflect on Machiavelli's ideas, we must also acknowledge that leadership is complex, and the line between strength and tyranny can often be thin. Nevertheless, Machiavelli's philosophy offers a compelling perspective on the relationship between power, fear, and the moral challenges that come with leadership. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the philosophy of Niccolò Machiavelli. If you found this analysis insightful, be sure to subscribe to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel for more thought-provoking discussions on history, politics, and philosophy. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with Machiavelli's views on leadership? Leave a comment below and let us know. Until next time, keep exploring the unfolding journey of ideas.